new century, specifically the role it plays as a system-building actor. But first, we have a distinguished speaker to deliver the keynote for our first public session. I'd like to invite to the stage, and please welcome me in doing that, the Vice President of the Republic of Türkiye, His Excellency, Mr. Cevdet Yılmaz. Buyurunuz.
Esteemed participants, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to address such a distinguished gathering, and I congratulate TRT World for this excellent organization. As we have marked the centenary of our republic this year, we are eagerly anticipating the next century with great enthusiasm. In the words of President Erdogan, the century of Türkiye is a comprehensive roadmap that will raise our country above the level of contemporary civilizations. Important dimension of this comprehensive roadmap is to consolidate Türkiye's global role as a problem-solving, transforming, and system-building actor in pursuit of a more effective international system. The current global climate is characterized by a multitude of uncertainties, unpredictabilities, crises, and conflicts, unfortunately. The escalation of competition among great powers and the erosion of multilateralism alongside universal values have aggravated political, economic, social, and cultural polarization globally and regionally. With its political determination and growing capabilities, Türkiye is certainly well positioned to be one of the architects of balances in the coming future. With 261 diplomatic and consular missions, Türkiye has the fifth largest diplomatic network globally. Our Century of Türkiye vision entails the use of this extensive network effectively for the resolution of global and regional problems. With the strong and visionary leadership of President Erdogan, prevention and peaceful resolution of conflicts is #1 priority for Turkish foreign policy. As a result of our solution-oriented and proactive approach, we have a leading role in the conflict resolution and mediation. Since the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war, we have been striving to keep both our Russian and Ukrainian friends at the table by emphasizing that there are no winners in war and no losers in peace. Mr. Erdogan is a rare leader that can speak both with President Putin and President Zelensky, and we believe that this is not a liability but an asset for our friends all over the world. We maintain our efforts to end the war through diplomacy and dialogue on the basis of Ukraine's independence and territorial integrity. Through the Black Sea Initiative, which we launched together with the United Nations, we contributed to global food security. On the other hand, Israel's indiscriminate attacks on Gaza that have claimed the lives of more than 15,000 people have once again exposed the shortcomings of the global system. Collective punishment of Palestinian people, bombing of civilians, children, refugee camps, hospitals, and the mosque, church, and all the rest, all this actually erode the moral ground of international system, and also we firmly believe that these actions are against humanity, They are humanitarian crimes as well as war crimes, and we believe that Netanyahu government, with all its collaborators, should be accountable for these crimes before international courts. To address this crisis, we mobilized the international community from the outset. As a voice of conscience and justice, we took an active stance in cooperation and consultation with our regional and global partners and led the efforts with the Organization of Islamic Communities as well as United Nations. Turkey relentlessly continues its efforts for a lasting ceasefire, unhindered and scaled-up humanitarian access to Gaza, and a lasting peace. What we need is not a humanitarian pause or anything like that. We need a real ceasefire that will lead to political process for a permanent solution for this problem. The extraordinary joint OIC Arab League summit of 11 November 2023 mandated a group of foreign ministers, including our foreign minister, to take international action to stop the war in Gaza and achieve lasting peace. A lasting peace cannot be possible without a just peace, without a deal that is fair and equitable between Palestinians and Israelis. Lasting and just solution to the conflict is through embodiment of an independent, sovereign, and geographically contiguous state of Palestine on the 1967 borders, with East Jerusalem as its capital. In order to contribute to such a deal, Turkey has suggested the establishment of a guarantee mechanism and announced its readiness to assume responsibility in this regard, along with other relevant countries. While striving for a lasting solution to the conflict, Turkey is also working round the clock to alleviate the ongoing suffering of the Palestinian people. We have not only responded to the flash appeal of the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, we have also mobilized our own means to send humanitarian aid. Upon the bombing of hospitals in Gaza, we brought some patients to Turkey for treatment, and we will continue to spare no effort to assist Palestinians in need. Turkey will maintain all these efforts for a fairer global system in the period ahead. And we believe that Gaza is a testing ground for countries that will show their stance for humanitarian criteria, and as well as for their approach to international multilateral system. And unfortunately, some of the countries so far have not passed this test. Distinguished guests, the central location of Turkey offers promising possibilities for deepening regional cooperation in terms of energy, transport, and logistics connectivity. We have developed an extensive global network of cooperation through high-level cooperation councils, intergovernmental summits, and other multilateral regional formations. These mechanisms are instrumental in developing all aspects of our external affairs, including political, economic, cultural, security, transportation, energy, health, and so forth. Turkey supports regional ownership and solutions for regional problems. It is also our experience that sometimes powers outside the regions, they rather affect negatively rather than positively the developments in the regions. It is better to leave some problems to the actors in the region rather than interfere from outside. Therefore, developing our bilateral relations, we also prioritize regional multilateral platforms. We are a founding member of several regional organizations and initiatives, such as the Black Sea Economic Cooperation Organization, the Southeast European Cooperation Process, and the European Cooperation Organization. We played an important role in the organization of Turkic states to make the Turkic world stronger together and to promote Turkic cooperation. However, our foreign policy vision is not limited to our vicinity. Turkey maintains close ties with the countries in the Balkans, the Middle East, and North Africa, Southern Caucasus, South and Central Asia. Turkey's global outreach extends beyond our immediate geography, encompassing various regions with the African Partnership Policy, the opening to Latin America and the Caribbean, and the Asia Initiative. In the context of regional and global peace and security, we have always actively contributed to UN, NATO, and EU missions. Turkey is among the top 5 allies that have made the most significant contributions to NATO missions in various regions. The latest example is NATO KFOR command that we have assumed in October 2023. Distinguished participants, Turkey plays a pivotal role also in combating terrorism. Terrorists constitute the most pressing threat to peace and security in our region. Whether their name is FETÖ, PKK, YPG, or Daesh, we have been effectively countering terrorism in all of its manifestations. We continue to encourage our allies and partners around the world to adopt a resolute position in this urgent matter. Unfortunately, we also observe that some of our allies, they prefer to work with some terrorist organizations against others, and we believe that this is wrong policy, wrong way to go. Rather than collaborating with terrorist organizations against each other, what we need to do is to collaborate as states against all terrorist organizations. Dear participants, humanity is plagued by various scourges, including ethnic and religious hatred, discrimination, extremism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, while other forms of exclusion are also causes of concern. In addressing such widespread menaces, we stress the need for transparency, diversity, dialogue, and inclusive policies. With this perspective, Turkey has assumed a leading role in initiatives to foster mutual respect and common values among different cultures and religions. We believe that Jerusalem historically has these characteristics. Unfortunately, some of the groups, they try to homogenize Jerusalem with one single faith dominating and excluding others. This is not true character of Jerusalem. Jerusalem should cover Muslims, Christians, and Jews living together. In history, we achieved this, and in future, I believe, we can also achieve this with all relevant different groups, regions, religions, and communities. The solution to all global challenges depends on collective efforts through cooperation and effective multilateralism. Turkey collaborates with other nations in defending our shared values and fulfilling our shared responsibilities in establishing an inclusive, equitable, and effective international system based on solidarity. Such a system places a high priority on human welfare, whilst tackling economic disparities and promoting global peace, security, stability, and prosperity. With this understanding, we contribute to the work of G20, which provides a platform for advanced and emerging economies to seek solutions to global economic problems. Supporting least developed countries, LDCs, is a priority for Turkey as a pioneer in global humanitarian assistance. And we are proud to be one of the leading countries in development assistance. Our president coined the motto, "A fairer world is possible," and the world is bigger than 5, under which Turkey has been advocating for the reform of the UN Security Council, the UN, and other multilateral organizations. Indeed, these mottos are not just a call for the reform of institutions, they are a call for a fairer world in terms of economy, social balances, environmental concerns, and so forth. The aim is to make them fit for today's purposes and necessities. The world has changed, the institutions are old, and we have to make them overlap. These calls have already resonated in many countries. Strengthening international institutions is an important aspect of this agenda. The UN must fulfill its global role to serve humanity. Distinguished participants, Turkey, with the impact of growth-supporting policies and measures, has differentiated herself positively and proven as a resilient player of global value chains. This year, our GDP will be around $1.1 trillion, and with this magnitude, Turkey will be 17th largest economy in the world. In purchasing power parity terms, we are 11th largest economy, and we continue with our growth perspective as a developing country. We are pleased to observe that confidence in our economy's stability has strengthened after the elections this year. Political uncertainties are gone. Policy uncertainties have been eliminated with our medium-term programs and 12th development program, and we continue with our development process. But of course, we don't define development just as economic growth. Economic growth is just part of this process. Development, alongside with economic growth, requires social justice as well as environmental, of course, concerns. Our plan covers 2023 vision and aspires to create a strong, prosperous, environment-friendly, and disaster-resistant Turkey, producing high added value based on advanced technology and sustaining fair income distribution in the century of Turkey. With the new plan, the priority will be macroeconomic and financial stability, as well as balanced growth, along with a permanent improvement in the current account balance and a strong public finance balance. The primary focus will be on the disaster-resilient living areas, leveraging Turkey's economic and social gains, especially in the face of potential disasters. We believe that the world should not spend its resources for conflicts, for wars, for unnecessary confrontations. What we need to do is to spend more resources for economic development, social justice, and environmental improvements. Turkey will continue to be conducted, our policies will continue to be conducted on a rule-based and predictable basis, strengthening coordination and harmony between monetary, fiscal, and income policies, as well as structural reforms. We continue to follow a roadmap that will ensure a sustainable economic growth on the basis of investment, production, employment, and exports. With its rising capability, wide diplomatic network, institutionalized relations, and political determination, Turkey remains well-suited as a problem solver, system improver, and transformer actor in the region and international affairs at the turn of the century of Turkey. And we expect our friends and allies to recognize Turkey's new position as such. The world may be fragmented, but Turkey's position is crystal clear in working actively towards peace at home and peace in the world. Distinguished guests, to conclude, I sincerely hope that this forum will contribute to the security, welfare, and social justice of people, and also well-being of the planet all over the world, under the motto, Thriving Together. I would like to thank the members of the TRT World family and all those who contributed to the planning and organization of this excellent forum. And I wish TRT World to continue to be the loud voice of reality and common values of humanity in the strongest way. Thank you very much.